Okay, good morning everybody. So today we're going to do the gentle morning flow and we're going to focus on three key things, which is first of all really waking up the body, lengthening and stretching the muscles. Second, on activating the core to protect ourselves during the day, and also to really engage with the breath, to invite this life force energy into the body to really start the day in a focused and energized way. So the great thing about this morning flow is that you can adapt it to however much time you have it. So today, for example, we're going to do 3 deep breaths in every pose, or almost every pose. And you can adapt this flow by choosing to do 2 or maybe 5 breaths. So ranging from, if you have 10 minutes to half an hour, you just choose however many breaths you're going to do in the pose. So have fun and enjoy. So that said, we're going to get started lying down on our back like we do waking up in the morning. So yeah, just come into a comfortable position, lying down on the back, maybe spreading the feet out to the side slightly, allowing the feet to drop to the side and placing the hands to the side of the body with the palms facing down and hands facing up. And then just taking a moment to arrive here, starting with 5 deep breaths. So really inhaling fully and exhaling as you sink deeper into the mat. And on these inhales, you feel the fresh air coming in through the tip of your nose, then entering the lungs, the belly. And as you exhale, you feel the sense of release and the body just sinking in deeper into the mat. See if you can really relax the shoulders, the arms. And observe if there's any part in your body that you can relax just a little bit more. Scanning the feet, the legs, and also the upper body. And now bringing the right hand to the belly and the left hand to the heart. And then just start to follow the breath. On the inhale, you feel the belly rising, the rib cage rising. And on the exhale, you feel the rib cage falling and the belly softly drawing. Just following the breath as it's undulating through the body. Feeling the hands rise and lower. Try and see if every time maybe there's a thought coming up, that you bring your attention back to the breath. Really taking this moment to wake up the body. Inviting the oxygen in that is so important to live, to thrive. Just breathing. And then see if you can lengthen the breath for 3 more deep breaths. So really inhaling fully, filling up these lungs. And exhaling, letting everything go, releasing every muscle. 2 more. Last one. And then slowly stretching the arms overhead, lengthening the body, stretching out the toes, flexing and bending the toes. And then releasing again, coming to roll onto your sides and just pressing yourself up to come into a comfortable seated position. So if you have a cushion at hand, maybe placing it underneath the sit bones. And yeah, just see however is a comfortable seated position for you. And then placing the hands on the thighs, and then maybe still closing the eyes for one more moment. Coming back to the breath and really feeling this belly and the rib cage rising again. See if you can establish this kind of focus. Now just softly opening the eyes and starting with the head, making some small circles. And see if you can continue to use the breath. So inhaling as you go back and exhaling as you move the head forward, just gently and softly. And then changing sides. As you breathe into the body. One more round. As you're coming back to center, now placing the left hand beside you, the right arm up and over the head, bringing the right ear to the right shoulder. Coming into a next stretch, breathing deeply here. Really activating this breath. Maybe even keeping the eyes still closed. Just see whatever is comfortable for you. And softly changing side, right hand behind, next to you, left arm up and over the head, bringing the left ear towards the left shoulder. Breathing here. Really focusing on your own body and breath. Observing the tensions and sensations that you feel. And then releasing again, coming to shoulder rolls. Inhale as you move them up. Exhale as you squeeze the shoulder blades down the back. 2 more times. Inhaling, bringing them up. And exhaling, squeezing the shoulder blades down. Last time. Inhaling up. And exhaling to move them down. Going to the torso. So inhaling as you move forward. And exhaling as you pull the navel in and you sit slightly backwards. And just making some circles, really focusing on your own body, on your own breath. Maybe changing sides. One more round, inhaling as you move forward and exhaling as you pull the navel in. And coming back to center for a gentle twist. So placing the left hand behind you and the right hand on the left knee. Inhale to lengthen and exhale to twist from the lower torso, followed by the upper torso, and then only the neck. Breathing here for 2 deep breaths. Inhaling to lengthen and exhaling to twist. And softly coming out, leading with the head and then with the rest of the body, changing sides. So right hand behind you, left hand on the right knee, inhaling to lengthen and exhaling to twist. Maybe bringing this left shoulder down. Again, inhaling, lengthening, and exhaling to twist. One more breath. And slowly coming out as we remove the cushion behind us if we're sitting on it. And maybe now is also a good time to take off the socks if you're having any on. Just taking your time as we're getting ready. So coming on to a tabletop position. So making sure the wrists are right underneath the shoulders, the knees are underneath the hips. And we're just going to make some very slow movements. On the inhale, you bring the sit bones up, opening up the shoulders. Exhale as you pull the navel in, rounding the spine, pressing through the palm. Following your own breath for 2 more times. Inhaling, opening up, and thinking of pressing the hands and the knees towards each other to intensify. And on the exhale, rounding back down and pressing the knees and hands away to really increase this rounding. Last time. Inhale to open up. And exhale to round. And coming back to center, tucking the toes under as you slowly lift up the knees and you press yourself back, keeping the knees bent for a moment. And then looking at your fingers, see if they're really spread wide with the index finger pointing to the top of the mat. And then really press through all the fingertips, releasing the head down as you see if you can press your belly closer towards the thighs. And then only from there, lengthening the legs, coming into your first downward facing dog. So just see for yourself, maybe you want to pedal the feet, moving one leg and the other. Maybe you want to stay in stillness. So just see for yourself, releasing the head, saying yes and no with the head. Staying here more, 3 deep breaths. And 2, and 3. Now coming to the tips of the toes and shifting your feet to the right, so you come into a side stretch. And you have the option here to place the left hand further slightly more to really intensify this stretch. Staying here for 2 more breaths. For 1. And 2. Placing the left hand back, if you move it, coming back through the center, and then coming back up to the tippy toes to move the heels to the left. Maybe keeping the back leg bent, the front leg straight, and then shifting the right hand forward slightly to intensify the stretch. Just breathing here for 2 more deep breaths, really lengthening the side body. For 1. And 2. So coming back to center, now bending the knees a lot, looking forward, and just slowly starting to walk to the front of the mat. So when you rise at the front of the mat, just keeping the feet hip width apart, and then bending the knees a lot as you fold forward into ragdoll, really just allowing the head to hang, saying yes and no with the head, moving it slightly. And then grabbing opposite elbows. And just staying here for several breaths. Moving around. Maybe even want to lengthen and stretch some of the legs. Really feeling into your own body. And then releasing the hands again. And placing them in front of you, keeping the knees still bent a lot. And then slowly see if you can start to just a little bit lengthen the back of the legs. So no need to stretch them completely, just feel however's good for you. Just making small, subtle sensations and movements. Releasing the head still, just warming up the hamstrings. And then see if you notice a difference if you move the weight slightly forward. Just 2 more breaths here. And then releasing and slowly rolling up into standing position. Allowing the head to come up last. Getting ready for your first sun salutation. So inhale, bring the arms up, look up, reach up. And on the exhale, folding forward with a straight, strong spine, coming into Uttanasana, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. And on the exhale, you step the right leg back. So just taking a moment to stay here, marinating into these hip flexors, just waking them up in the morning. Maybe moving forward and backward slightly. And then softly lowering down this right knee on top of the toe. And on the inhale, bring the arms up. And then bringing the pinky fingers closer together, opening up the chest as you sink down deeper for 3 deep breaths. For 1. For 2. And 3. So lowering down the hands. And then engage the core as you slowly start to walk back into Ardha Hanumanasana, half monkey pose. So keeping the left foot flexed and making sure you really bring the left and right hip in line. So it's alright if you still have the knee bend, just seeing wherever you can be for yourself. And on the inhale, lengthen. And on the exhale, or just staying here, or thinking of bringing the belly just a slightly bit, tiny bit closer to the thighs. And then just staying there for 3 deep breaths. For 1. Really focusing on the body. For 2. And 3. Now slowly start to walk the hands forward as you come forward again. Then on the inhale, bring the arms up. Now placing the palms together and reaching as far forward as you can to hook the right elbow behind the left knee, coming into a twist. Really pressing the palms together, looking over this left shoulder, staying here for 3 deep breaths. For 1. For 2. And 3. Now coming out, leading with the head, looking forward. Then softly unhooking the elbows as you place the hands next to the feet. And you tuck the right foot under as you twist it to come into a warrior 2. So here you make sure that the left heel is in the center of the right foot, pointing to the center of the right foot. You bring the arms up, you engage the core, and you sink a little bit deeper, paying attention to the front knee, that it's not turning inward, but it's changes outward. And then looking all over the front, middle finger, staying here for 3 breaths. For 1. For 2. And 3. Now shifting as far forward as you can, and then flip the palms to reverse the warrior. So keeping the front leg the same, and really coming backwards, still engaging the core. And if you notice that you came up a little bit, just sinking a little bit deep. Staying here for 3 deep breaths. The right hand behind the back. For 1. For 2. And 3. As you bring the arms back. Now placing the left elbow on the left side and bringing the right arm up and over the head to come into Parsva Konasana. So what you want to do here is really rotate the torso towards the ceiling and sink a little bit deeper. Staying here for 3 deep breaths, really lengthening from the back foot to the tips of the finger. For 1. For 2. Now sinking into this left elbow. And 3. Now coming back to center into warrior 2. And then start to lengthen the left leg. So you get 2 straight legs. And then pivot the right leg forwards just slightly. Inhaling here as you look forward. And on the exhale, shifting forward as far as you can. And then slowly lowering down the left hand. So maybe it comes to the calf, maybe it just touches the floor, bringing the right arm up. And again, thinking of opening up the chest, pressing through the outer edges of both feet. Staying here for 3 breaths. For 1. Opening up the chest even more for 2. And 3. Looking down towards the mat, placing the hands next to the foot. Engage the core as you step back into a high plank, where we're going to stay for 5 deep breaths, really spreading the fingers wide, pressing through the fingertips, looking down towards the mat and pressing the heels away. Engage the core for 3 more. For 2. And the last breath here to lower down the knees, untuck the toes, coming down in a straight, strong line. Now placing the hands beside you on the outside of the mat and pointing the elbows up. And then looking down towards the mat as you press through the fingertips, then you come up slightly. And on the exhale to lower, doing this 2 more times. Inhale, really pressing through the fingertips. Exhale to lower. Last time. Inhale, pressing through the fingertips, opening up these arms, the armpits. And exhale to lower, going for a small twist. So inhale, bringing the upper body up. Exhale, shifting the left shoulder forward, looking over the right shoulder. Staying here for 2 more breaths. For 1. And 2, coming back to center, changing sides. So inhale, bring yourself up. Exhale, shifting the right shoulder forward, looking over the left. For 1. And 2, warming up the lower back slightly. So pressing the tips of the feet into the mat, so allowing the kneecaps to lift. And then placing the hands underneath the shoulders, we're going to move up without using the hands. So inhale, engage the core as you move up, allowing the hands to float. Exhale to lower. 1 more time. Inhale, moving up, allowing the hands to float. Staying here for 2 more deep breaths. Squeezing the shoulder blades together, activating the core. And then softly to lower down. And then tuck the toes under as you move back into your downward facing dog. Staying here for 3 deep breaths. Coming back to your focus. And then allowing yourself to bend the knees if needed. Just see whatever is good for you. 1 more deep breath here. And next inhale, bring this right leg up. And then stepping it to the front of the mat. Going for the other side. So first just marinating into these hip flexors. Coming back to the breath, maybe moving forward and backward. Really focusing on your own body. And then slowly lowering down the left knee, untuck the toe. As you're coming up, bringing the arms up to the ceiling, moving into Anjaneyasana, bringing the pinky fingers together, relaxing the shoulders, staying here for 3 deep breaths. For 1. For 2. And 3, as you slowly lower down the hands, we're going to move back into Ardha Hanumanasana again, half monkey pose. So making sure you flex the front foot, you square up the hips, and then just see however much you want to straighten the leg. Bend leg is also totally fine. Just feeling the hamstring as we're staying here for 3 more deep breaths. Inhaling and exhaling here, maybe sinking a little bit deeper. For 2 more. And the last one. Slowly shifting towards the front of the mat, bringing the arms up, and then placing the palms together. And going as far forward as you can, hooking now the left elbow behind the right knee to come into a twist. So really pressing the palms together and thinking of moving them towards the heart center, looking over the back shoulder. Staying here for 3 breaths. For 1. for 2. And the last one. Now looking forward first, softly unhooking the elbows and then placing the hands next to the feet. As you tuck the left foot under and you come into a warrior 2. So I'll quickly change sides. So again, making sure that the front heel is in line with the center of the back heel, bending the front knee a lot, opening the knee towards the outside, maybe checking the arm, is it straight behind you, and then looking over the front middle finger, staying here for 3 breaths, for 1, for 2, and 3, shifting the weight forward as far as you can, flipping the palms, reversing the warrior, placing the left hand behind the back, lengthening for the right hand, and sinking a little bit deeper. Staying here for 3 deep breaths, pressing through the outer edges of the feet. 2 more breaths. And the last breath. Now slowly shifting back into your warrior 2, placing the right elbow on the right thigh, moving the left arm up and over the head, really lengthening from the back foot to the tip of the fingers, opening up the chest towards the ceiling, making sure you don't sink into this right shoulder, staying for 3 more breaths, for 1, maybe sinking a little bit deeper, for 2, opening up the chest more, and for 3, moving back into the warrior 2. Now lengthening the front leg and then pivot the back leg in slightly closer. Engage the core as you move forward as far as you can, and then slowly lowering down, placing the right hand maybe on the shins and moving the left hand up. Also an option to place it on the floor, just see whatever's good for you. And then really think of rotating this torso up towards the ceiling. Staying here for 3 breaths. For 1, really pressing the feet away. For 2, opening up more. And the last breath. So looking forward. And then maybe even shifting the toes to one side of the mat for a moment so they're coming parallel. Inhaling to lengthen here and exhaling as you fold forward, slowly walking the hands in between the feet, keeping the elbows parallel as you come into a forward fold. Pressing through the outer edges of the feet. For 2 more breaths here. And the last one, slowly coming right back up, and then placing the hands into the hips as you're moving up, coming back into your warrior 2 for a moment, and from there, just cartwheeling your hands down to the mat as you come into a seated position. So maybe placing your pillow again on the mat, so you come into a comfortable seated position. And then just taking one more moment to close the eyes. Bringing the arms up and over the head. Placing the palms together as you draw them to the heart center. And now taking a moment to feel the right hand touching the left hand touching the right. And from this place of awareness, just thinking of something that you're grateful for. Taking one more breath here. As you bring the hands down, softly blink the eyes open. And then I want to say namaste. Thank you, and I hope you enjoyed it, and I wish you a great start of the day.